Hello, we are from Team 1, the Brainiacs, and today we will be presenting Phase 4 Hi-Fidelity Mockup for the Digital Mental Health Literacy Hub, DMHLH. Presentation today will include project introduction, overall UI flows, use case diagram, assigned use case, mockup demonstration, reflection, and conclusion. The Digital Mental Health Literacy Hub is an online platform for higher education students to boost mental health awareness, reduce stigma, and support early intervention. It offers interactive self-paced modules with videos, infographics, simulations, and quizzes. Students can also earn badges for completing these modules. Faculty members can access these resources as well. Students can complete self-assessments and receive AI-generated recommendations, set wellness goals, use guided meditations, access peer support systems, and schedule counseling sessions. It is important to note that the DMHLH is not for diagnosis or emergency care. It does not replace professional mental health support. The stakeholders for the DMHLH includes Dr. Juan Muhammad Azam and also Dr. Ana Hasika, members of the same focus discussion group, and also includes Ms. Hazira, counseling officer at UTM Psychological and Counseling Services Center, and Dr. Suhaila, a psychiatrist at Hospital Permai Johor Bahru.
Here are the overall UI flows of our system. This flow explains from the login to the main page and then to the access all the feature available in our system and lastly to the logout. This flow is following the use case diagram which is UC001 until UC009.
Next is the use case diagram for the DMHLH, which includes 5 actors: admin, student, faculty members, counselor, and also the AI system, and 9 different use cases, including user login, manage profile, upload learning modules, access learning modules, conduct self-assessments, track wellness goals, use guided meditations, access peer support system, and also schedule counseling session.
My assigned use case is UC001 login user. This use case will explain all the flow of login user from start to successful login, or if a failure occur, and then the function of admin if the account lock situation occur. So admin receive the request from the user, and then they will reset the lock status, and the user can try to log in again after wait for a while. My other assigned use case, which is UC002, which is manage profile. This use case will allow the user to edit their profile and then update successfully to the database.
First, I, Chingjai, am responsible for UC003 upload learning modules, where counselors can upload learning modules such as videos, infographics, and simulations for students and faculty members to access. I'm also responsible for UC004 access learning modules, where students and faculty members can access self-paced interactive learning modules such as videos, infographics, and simulations. Upon completion of the content and quizzes, users may receive achievement badges. And finally, I'm in charge of UC005 conduct self-assessments, where students can complete self-assessments to evaluate their mental health status. Upon completion, the system will analyze the responses and provide personalized recommendations. All the flows, as in the activity diagrams, will be explained further during the mock-up demonstration.
So now I'll be continuing about the next use case, which is the use case 6, track parental wellness. So for this one, student will be able to set and monitor their wellness goals and then also track their moods. So from after logging in into the system, they can select the guided meditation, and also they can select whether to track their mood or also set or monitor their goals. So after that, all of the inputs by them will be stored in the databases, and lastly they can view the summary by clicking on the button, and they can see a visual summary of their week. The next use case will be the use guided meditation, in which the student will be logged in into the system, and then they can select the guided meditation option, and then from there is categories, which are 3. There are anxiety reliefs, breathing exercise, and also sleep. So from that category they can choose how long the session will be, and then after they finish the session or they want to exit mid the session, they can enter their rating, and then the rating will be saved by the database.
Hello, I'm Ahmed Mahjoub. I am in charge in UC008 Access-Based Support Forum. This use case enables students to engage in anonymous peer-to-peer mental health discussions within a safe and moderated environment. Its primary focus is to encourage students to share their personal experiences and seek advices. It also enables students to get advice from a counselor. activity diagram can be demonstrated further in the mock-up prototype. My second use case is UC009, which is scheduled counseling session. This use case allows students to conveniently request one-to-one appointment with mental health counselors based on available time slots. Its main purpose is to provide structured private access to professional support, enabling students to address their personal and academic and emotional concerns in a timely manner with a suitable advisor. The feature helps to streamline the booking process and reducing barriers to access help. Activity diagram can be demonstrated more better in the mock-up prototype.
To start the prototype demo, we will start with your C001 login page, login user. So the user have to input their username and password. If the username and password is incorrect, it will prompt the login failed. So when we put the correct username and password, we will go to the MFA page. This page will appear if the user enable it. So the page will require user to input the 4-digit code that's sent to their email. If they can't find the code, they can press the listen button and the code will be sent to their emails. Then can log in as usual. Then we proceed with UCC02 manage profile. When the user want to manage profile, user can go to profile section and then it will show the system will show the profile and information about the user. So when they want to edit, they can press the edit buttons and then they require to put the inputs information. So if there are invalid input, it will appear as right and exclamation mark. So when they want to save, it will appear invalid code or invalid input. So but sometimes there are some error at updating the information to database. It will show up as updated failed. Then the user must input the information again, and then the profile is updated. For counselor user have the same flow as the previous student user, but sometimes there are some account that are locked due to previous failed attempt of login. For example, these accounts, when we put the login and then it will show the account lock. There are two choices of the for the user: wait for 15 minutes or inform the admin. When user press inform admin, it will send the request and then admin will get the request and try to reset the lock status. Then user have to wait for a while and try to log in again. This is interface for the counselor, and then for the profile same as before, but some information are slightly different. For the last user, which is faculty member user, also have the same flow as previous two user. So when to log in, and then MFA code, but the user only have 3 attempts to input the correct MFA code. If there are 3 attempts is used, then the account will automatically lock. So the user have to wait for 15 minutes or inform the admin. When they already wait or inform the admins, they can log in as usual. So this is interface for the faculty member user and then profile, same as before, but they only a little information.
So now I'll be demonstrating the use case upload learning modules. So from the counselor dashboard, you should select upload learning modules, and then the system will display the upload form. Then the counselor should input the module information and attach the files. If here they select cancel, they'll be directed back to the dashboard. But if they select submit and the file format is invalid, there will be an error message indicating the correct file formats. Next, if the file size is too large, there will be an error message indicating the correct file size limit. And finally, if there's upload or storage failure, the user will be prompted to resubmit their module. And finally, if all file format and sizes are correct and the content has been successfully uploaded to the database, there'll be a confirmation message and the use case will end. So now I'll be demonstrating the use case access learning modules. So from the student dashboard, the student should select learning modules, and then the system will display all available learning modules. So if they select their desired module, but the module fails to load, there will be an error message prompting the user to select their module again. So Next, I'll be demonstrating the alternative flow of chatbot. So you can see the chatbot says, "Hi, how may I help you today?" So if I select to continue with the rest of the module and see the infographic, but I go to the dashboard instead of completing the module, you can see there's notifications. And now if I complete the module, the system will display the quiz. However, if similarly I choose to go back to the dashboard without completing the quiz, there will be a notification indicating for me to just complete and answer the quiz to earn my badge. So finally, if I select sudden happiness as the answer, but submit and the quiz evaluation fails, there'll be an error message. And if I submit again, you can see that I've been assigned a badge and the achievement can be viewed on my dashboard that I've completed the depression module. So now I'll be demonstrating the use case conduct self-assessment. So from the student dashboard, select self-assessment and all the available self-assessments will be displayed. If I select task 91, but the assessment fails to load, there'll be an error message prompting me to select the assessment again. So next, if I answer the questions, but I select save progress instead, I'll be directed back to my dashboard with my progress saved. So if I select next and answer all the rest of the questions, and I submit the assessment, but the system failed to analyze my responses, I'll have to submit my assessment again. And after that, I'll receive my AI recommendations and my task 21 summary. And that will be the end of the use case.
So for the prototype, first after the login, and then it will be the user will be able to access the system, and then from this dashboard they can choose the track mental wellness. So it will the option will come out and they can click on the start tracking your goals today, and then from here there will be list of goals that has been completed or the pending one. So let's say they want to create new goal, they can create new goal, and then they can enter this description and then click on the mood, and also telling the system on how they feel, and then after that yeah, this will be created and then they can submit. And then after submit, they can also put progress on their pending goal. So like this one, they can adjust the slider, and then after that they can save the progress, and then back to home page they will be able to see their week summary of the goals and also their mood. So by clicking on this button, they can see their mood summary and also their goal track bar. So back to home page and they will be go back to the dashboard. Okay, so now will be the prototype for the meditation part. So after logging in, they can click the login button, and then they will be brought into the dashboard. So from there they can choose the meditation modules, and then inside it there will be three categories, which is first is the anxiety relief, and then breathing, and also sleep. So first one, we will see the anxiety relief. So when we click on the button, it will show a few sessions that the students can choose, and then when they click the button play, it will be played, also include with video, and then they can, when they click exit session midway or after they have done with the session, they will receive a confirmation message, and then they can input their rating, and then after that they can go back to the home page, and then they can choose another type of meditation such as breathing, such as sleep meditation. So this one also got few session that they can choose, and then they still need to click and they still need to insert their feedback. Then lastly they can choose the last category, which is breathing. So for breathing, there's also a few, and when they click the play button it will be played, and they can follow from there. And then when they exit the session, it will be, they will need to put feedback, and then lastly they will go back to the dashboard after they have done. So that's all from me, thank you. Okay, so now will be the prototype.
Here is the demonstration of the access-based support forum in the MockUp prototype. First of all, the user will navigate to the login page, and the user will make his login after he user enter his username and the password. The user will make login. The user have to enter his correct username and password, and then the user have to enter his authentication code. To make successful login, the user can see his dashboard page. User will navigate to the peer support forum in the dashboard. He can see his notifications, his recent forum activities, and in calendar. He can make also add new thread from the below button. He can view his previous forums. Here the user can see his forums, the title of the forum, the category, and the replies of the forum. The user can make a reply from reply button. Here he can see all the information of his forum. He can make a reply from this box, and he can submit the reply. After that, the reply will be submitted successfully. The user can also make a new thread to the forum from this button, a new thread. The user will enter his the title of the thread and the category of the thread, the content of the thread, and attach any files. It's optional also to the user. The user enters these details about his forum and post it, and let's show thread has been posted successfully, posted, and that's all about the access with support forum use case. In the demonstration of the schedule counseling session use case and the prototype, first of all, the user will navigate to the login page. The user will make a login also. Let's try again. And after the user enter his authentication code, this will navigate the user to the dashboard, and the user will select the option of schedule canceling. And from schedule canceling, the user can see all the available counselors, and the user can select his favorite counselor, Dr. Aisha, for example. And here the user state the reason of the session and the date, selected time slot and date is selected, and the information of the session will be shown to the user to confirm. This will also navigate to counselor panel, Dr. Aisha, to see her profile. She can also view session requests. She can either confirm or reject. From confirm, a message will prompt to the user that his session request has been accepted by the counselor. This be alerted. And if the counselor reject, the message will be has not been accepted by the counselor. Please select another time and date, and the user will select another time and date again. And that's all for the schedule counseling session.
For conclusion and reflection, throughout the requirement engineering and software modeling course, our group gained a valuable experience in applying requirement technique to gather, analyze, document, and validate software requirement. Through elicitation technique, we learned the importance of gathering data for requirement. When modeling requirement, we use use case diagram, use case specification, and activity diagram to visualize functional requirement clearly. We learn how to categorize requirement into functional, quality, and constraint, and trace them through different stages of development. Working in a team environment also help us to gain a valuable experience that can help us when we enter work stage later. Overall, this course strengthens our understanding of how good requirement be a foundation for successful system design and development. The development of high-fidelity prototype directly reflects our learning and application of requirement engineering principles. The prototype was not only for visual design but it was validation tools used to test how well our document requirement translate into a system. Each feature in the prototype corresponds to the document use case. By simulating the prototype, we can verify that functional requirement and flow behave as intended.